This straw is so extra.
It's glass.
Like, you can't just drink the water from the glass. You had to add the straw. Hey guys, I'm Danny and welcome back to my channel, The Diaries of DIY Danny. I am here with the lovely Alexandra Gater, which I feel like we all know here on this channel because we do a lot together. We're doing something really exciting. We decided we're gonna create a consistent series together where Alexandra does the decor, I come in and do all the DIYs, but like we don't know what to call this series. We've played around with a bunch of names and every time I come up with something, you're like, and then you come up with something, I'm like, so we thought we'll just ask you guys, what do you think that our series should be called, where we just make over beautiful spaces on a budget together? So let us know. But today we are making over our friend Lara's space, and it was kind of like a weird layout. It was such a beautiful space, very open, but weird layout.
Weird in the sense that, like so many people, Lara just kind of put things where she thought that they should go. And I think once you live with a setup for so long, you can't really imagine it any other way.
You can't see it anymore. Lara had this situation, which I think a lot of people do, is you tend to put the furniture on the outside.
Yes.
Like, you know, you find a wall and you just like slam a couch against it, and then there's a table against it. So everything felt really open and you were like, this is nice, but it didn't feel the way that she wanted to, which was like cozy and warm. So we came up with a plan. Alexandra focused on the decor, which you can head over to her channel to watch all the decor makeover portion of this series. On my channel, we're focusing on the DIYs, obviously. And based on what Lara said she liked, which was like the oh joy kind of pom-pom, pretty
boho, but like girly boho.
Yeah, we decided we were gonna do some pom-pom fun. So fun. Before we get started, guys, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Alexandra and I are gonna be doing a lot more decor together, and plus I do lots of DIYs over here, so you don't wanna miss out. So without further ado, shall we do the thing we always say?
Roll the tape.
Exciting day. I'm just heading over to Alexandra's, and today we're going to be making pom-poms. So I headed over to your space one morning and we made pom-poms.
Very early in the morning.
Yeah. Guess who is awake? What a magical moment.
You make it sound on your vlogs like I'm either always sleeping, can't hang anything.
That is not true. I
Or
talk
like
very highly of you.
That's such a lie.
We're gonna make pom-poms today, and
So
we're gonna
exciting.
talk about how amazing you are at making pom-poms. Here we go! So the goal for the DIYs and for the decor, obviously, was to not break the bank. We wanted to come up with big impact on a small budget. So question, I actually was thinking about this as I was coming over here. How do you make your pom-poms?
So 2 different ways. I use cardboard.
Yeah?
Except that I forgot how to do it. And I also actually have a tool that I found online that makes them for you.
That's not fun.
But I've never used it. So
we're gonna go the old DIY way today. What we're gonna do is do the cardboard way.
Okay.
I actually searched like high and low for the right type of cardboard out there. One day I was eating granola bars and I was like, that's the cardboard. That's what I needed. I literally brought that cardboard because I wanted you to have. Why don't you use this cap?
Sure.
I'm gonna use this lid. So I'm just gonna trace around a circle. Then you're just going to trace a circle on the inside. It's kind of like we're making a donut. The bigger the donut is, the bigger the pom-pom you're going to end up making.
The bigger the donut is. Okay.
And then I draw a line on one side. It kind of looks like a Pokeball right now.
Yeah, very you.
Cut up the line, that much taken out.
Okay, so cut, wait.
And then you're just gonna cut out the inside of your donut. And the nice thing I thought about making pom-poms is that you can kind of like do it anywhere. It's kind of like knitting. Pull it out on the bus and just like start making.
That would be me. That would literally be me.
When you're done, you should have 2 donuts that kind of like match up in a line. Yeah. Now we get to take our yarn.
Like how do I?
Oh, what? How do you?
Where's the top? Technical difficulties.
Found it!
Great.
Tie it around the top of your donut.
Okay.
So here, I'll...
Oh god.
Oops, actually, to be honest, fails. So essentially, it looks like this. It's like you got an ornament now. Just start wrapping it from this side and then all the way around. How are you doing there? I will cut the tender line of my yarn, and then I just kind of knot it around and then just pull it tight enough that it feels pretty good. You need to be able to kind of like open up these little guys. I actually like put the yarn in between the two, so it's like pulling it apart. Now what's gonna happen is we're gonna take our scissors and then I will start cutting. How fun is it if she loves pom-poms as much as we do to like make pom-pom flowers?
I'm also really chuffed with this.
Ooh. What happened? So I have the two pieces between here and I'm gonna pull it down and pull it tight and then tie it off and knot. And at that point, you can actually remove your guide. You're left with a pom-pom. So much fun to like give it a haircut. I'm like, honey, you little off the top there. I have these little metal wires. They work perfect for the flower stem. And I'm just doing like a simple French braid here. Just stick it up into the pom-pom and like, you like have basically like a little flower.
And in a cute little vase, that's gonna look so good.
So now we basically just need to make like 30 more. Yay, pom-poms! Making pom-poms is fun.
So fun and really simple.
And the nice thing about all those pom-pom decorations is that like I think I spent like under $30 for all of it. So the next project that I tackled on my list was the IKEA light, which I cannot remember the name of that light for the life of me, and I know you can't either.
Even though I use it in basically every makeover.
Like every makeover, but let's do kind of like a remix. Let's do something to it that was unique and fun to Laura's space. You guys all know this light. You all know this light. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna be painting it into a fun ombre pink to kind of give it some personality so that it doesn't feel like the regular IKEA light. It is new, unique, and trendy. I have paints. These are courtesy of Miss Jenny Lynn, the owner of Fusion Mineral Paint. So what I have here is a kind of yellowy, it's called buttermilk cream, a Fort York red, and a picket fence white. Merry Christmas stir sticks. Don't know how long I've had these, but they've actually come in handy. First of all, to make the pink color that I want, I'm doing 50-50 buttermilk cream and picket fence. I'm gonna pour a little bit of buttermilk into this next one. Just need like a drop because I definitely want this to be much lighter. The last one I'm gonna do is an actual white with a little bit of red. So essentially to create the three colors safely, I actually took apart the light. It comes in one when you get it in the box, and then basically just painted all three pieces. Boy, am I ever getting DIY ballsy because I am doing this in white pants. I'm like DIY badass. No, I'm just DIY dumb. What I wasn't planning on doing was painting the inside. I was just gonna do the outside and leave the inside rattan, but I didn't actually like the look of it. So I ended up painting the whole thing, and honestly, I think it came together quite nice.
It looks really beautiful. And I think it's a really good example of how a little paint can go a long way.
A little ombre magic, you know what I mean? Woo! Now all we had to do was just start to bring everything into the space. I am very excited for today because I am not building anything. This was more of a crafty DIY, which like I am all about. I love painting, I love crafting, so I'm excited to see this come together. So essentially it was design day.
Makeover day.
Makeover. First things first, I am going to be tackling this table. What are we doing? We're painting it. Laura had this dark IKEA melamine table, and we thought what a great budget thing to do would be give it a little makeover. It's going from dark and dingy to bright and white.
Well, I'm really excited that you're doing this project because I think a lot of people want to know how to make over IKEA furniture.
Essentially, like with all IKEA furniture, it has like that melamine, it's almost like a plasticky top. When you go to paint it, you'll notice it starts to do something called lacing, which it like looks streaky. That's just because of the melamine material. The solution to this is a product out there called Ultra Grip. It's a primer top coat that you put on top of this furniture before you actually paint it.
That's so cool.
So there is a trick to this though. To really make sure you get the best outcome with this Ultra Grip, you would put the Ultra Grip on top, let it sit for 12 hours, completely dry, and then you paint on top.
Got it.
Now we were a little
strapped for time.
So I actually ended up letting that sit for about 2 hours. And then I ended up painting with the white picket fence.
What a difference. Just like brightens up that corner and proves that sometimes you don't have to go out and buy a new piece of furniture. You can just spend an afternoon slapping some paint on it.
I'm glad that we went with the white. I think the crisp, clean look really gave it a nice bright look in that corner. It looks so much better white. Wow. All right, so on to the most important part of that day, the feature wall.
And this turned out so amazing. I'm so excited because I know you guys are gonna probably click on this video because you can see the wall in the thumbnail.
Look at that blank canvas.
And it is such an easy peasy DIY.
Easy
peasy.
When we first started talking about what we were going to do on the wall, I was going to create my own DIY stencil.
Right.
And I called in my friend who had one of those Cricuts. This is what the Cricut looks like. We came up with a whole idea. We printed it out. And then I actually ended up testing it on my wall. I have like different types of like dots all over my wall. In retrospect, I probably should have just done it on a piece of paper.
How dedicated is that, guys? Like, she's delivering you the finest quality DIYs because she tests them before.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then once I saw it on the wall, we were kind of talking about it, and I was like, it just needed to feel more natural.
Yeah.
So I decided that I was going to just utilize all my paintbrushes that I already had and come up with something like kind of just like really flowy.
Yes.
So essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting a mural on this lovely wall. I'll show you guys the color.
Oh, it's so pretty.
She's gonna love it. She just loves pink so much.
Before I decided to tackle the wall, what I wanted to do was create a legend for what each brush did. It was kind of beautiful. Like you could put that in a frame, put it on your wall, and you're like,
This is what we're gonna be working with on the wall. It's gonna create this beautiful accent piece when you walk into the room, but it's gonna make it look so girly and so boho.
I had a blast doing this wall. It was so much fun. It took me like 15 minutes maybe to do the whole wall. And in like a matter of 15 minutes, that whole room just like transformed. Like the pink really looked nice. It was really complimentary to all the pink that we were integrating into the space.
And it's nice that you tied the lamp into the wall.
It's like it planted that way.
I also think that the different sizes were so key, like not something I would have thought about doing.
Right.
But I think if you just kind of went nuts on the wall and did a bunch of random strokes, I actually think it could look quite messy.
Yeah.
Whereas this looked layered, it looked like it had depth
Purposeful.
to it.
It looks so good! Looks so good. Homemade, beautiful. That is what I call one successful DIY accent wall.
Okay, so the light went up. Look how awesome that looks. Ooh, look how cool that light is. And then the last thing that I added into this space was all the little pom-pom accents that we created together, which was like the pom-pom flowers, which were so cute.
Such a good idea.
Oh my god, I love them. And then we did a pom-pom garland that we hung from the window, which kind of gave it like a nice pop of color.
It also helped in adding in all that texture that we wanted to include because it is a boho-inspired space, so texture was key.
Yeah. We are hanging some art. We got some OG Danny art going down. And look at you go. You're gonna hang this by yourself? And then together we hung the photo ledge, which has a few of my photos on it.
Guys, how pretty does this room look though?
Looks so good. All in all, between my DIYs and all of your decor, this room was totally transformed. Like,
Such a difference.
it's just like night and day.
Yeah, Laura wanted a really bright space and her furniture was all really dark. And we really went back and forth with like, do we DIY the couch? Like, do we get a new one? Like, we didn't know what to do. And I think that this proves that you can have the style of space you want without, you know, buying a brand new couch or brand new piece of furniture.
What I loved about this makeover the most was all the materials that I brought into this DIY was under $50.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing.
So great.
All the art that you see in this video, you can buy on my Society 6 page, so I will link it down below if you liked anything that you see. We ended up doing 3 pieces of my art on top of the TV, and then we did a couple pieces that went on the photo ledge, so. All in all, I would give this entire DIY experience a 1 out of 5 stars. Every DIY that I tackled was super simple.
Yeah.
Anybody can do this at home, so I'm really excited to see how you guys take this as inspiration and do it in your spaces. And please share it with me on Instagram and tag me because I love seeing what you guys do from this inspiration. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe because we got way more collabs coming your way.
Yes.
I think we did a smashing job. What? that. You're like that was a weird high five. Just like slam it.
Ow!
Just slam it. Why are you just like high five?
That was really awkward.
We'll work on that.
Maybe
we should just be like pound it people.
No.
Like,
no.
we're just tap people.